EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another very beautiful day to you, and thank you very much for taking time to join us on yet another package of the EOM Business Network. Oh yes, the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mawari. Today on the program, as always, our focus is a look at the Nigerian economy as we will be interfacing with select industry operators about their businesses, the operating environment, and other related issues. Also on the lineup is Let's Talk, and our focus is on Elio Design Center and Bankley Microfinance. On Spot On, we shall bring you an experienced banker, ICT expert, and purpose-driven industry captain, Austin Abulosoro, who is the founder and chief executive officer of P2Vest Technology Limited, a notable technology-powered payment firm in Nigeria. And on the face-to-face is a trained lawyer, passionate educationist, astute entrepreneur, and industry captain, Blessing Anene Chukwu, who is the director of school, Glowfield International School, one of the fastest-growing privately owned nursery and primary schools in Nigeria, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs to look up to in Nigeria in 2023. It's a package you must see. Sit back as we bring you the details. Research reports have shown that any country that desires capacity and quality to enhance productivity for economic growth and development must give adequate attention to human capital. Chinedu Makata is the managing director and chief executive officer of AAA Finance and Investment Company Limited.
I've been playing in the industry for 2 decades or thereabout. However, in 2018 or thereabout, some people came together, pooled resources, and got CBN to approve to give us a license to operate as a finance company. Eventually, we started operation in 2019, and funny and unfortunately, COVID struck 2019. There was lockdown, so but we pulled through by applying residual knowledge, experience in the industry. I normally tell people that the important thing, do not look at the money, look at solving the problem. Once you're solving a specific problem and you do it repeatedly and you're so good in doing that, the money will follow. So even though there was challenges, we pulled through, we got through COVID period, and business continued, and here we are. I mean, within these 4 years, there have been 2 bad business cycles. This current one that came prior to the election and still on now, and that of COVID. So it's not been easy, but we've put through. And the truth is that we're still employing. We're actually employing, irrespective of all the challenges, we're still employing. And we'll see what happens and what comes out of this new dispensation. Our vision is to get our clients through smart investment procedures to fulfill their dream. By the time we invest for them and advise them properly, they'll be able to fulfill their financial dreams. So by doing this mission-wise, we use sustainable investment strategies, advisory strategies, and monitoring to ensure that they make money on a sustainable basis. I mean, if we're not achieving that, we won't be on board now. I mean, if you go read up about businesses, new businesses of them, once the business is crosses the first, second, third year, it means the business is poised for growth. More than tripled our volumes as compared to when we started, and we're at the next level of takeoff in our business program.
Lydia Okodogbe, a stylish, purpose-driven, entrepreneurship development expert and industry captain, is the founder, managing director, and chief executive officer of Elio Design Center.
I cannot tell you the story of Eom Design Center without taking you back to my professional roots. Yes, so like I always say, studying in the UK at KSA School of Design, being at Chelsea Design Center, which is a very popular place in the UK, Chelsea Design Center impacted me a lot. It kind of groomed me, shaped me to be who I am today in the industry. And school in that environment where you have the 3 domes at Chelsea Harbour, where you have all the luxury design showrooms in the UK where everybody comes in. If you want to do, you want luxury interiors. It's a shopping mall for interiors, I used to call it. I can remember the first time I went into the place, I went on a sourcing, assignment. They tell you to go out, source for products for your design and other for your assignment. I went into the place, it was like a child going into a candy shop because I've never seen anything like that before. I saw a big shopping center. There are no fashion stores, no shoe stores. All you have is just cutting shop, furniture, raw carpet, lamps, everything that has to do with interiors. I didn't know that anything like that could exist, For me, it was mind-blowing, and that kind of impacted me, and it shaped me to want to replicate something like that if the design industry was going to be successful where I am practicing, which is Nigeria. I knew we needed something like that. A place where people, because one of the challenges you face, because as a designer, as an architect, what shapes your design, your outcome of your building or your project is the material that you use. We call it materiality. It's a key part of design process, yeah? So for you to come up with an astounding design, you are looking at the materials that are going to come into play. And getting those materials are always a challenge because there are so many elements that come into play when you're coming up with a design. So you might have to look for the floor in Japan, you are going to Germany for the wall finish, you are going to Italy for the lighting, you are looking for a company for your drapes and your window treatments. And in that design center, I realized that they had everything, almost everything. So, and for me, when I started practicing in Nigeria, I didn't need, to be told that I needed to do so many journeys. On one project, you find yourself going to so many countries just to do one project. Because like I said, everything is scattered in different countries, different manufacturers and all that. As I saw the need to have a center where people can come in, professionals like me, homeowners, project owners can walk in and they can source everything they wanted from lighting, floorings, furnitures, cutting window treatments, blinds, home automation, bathroom fittings. Just a one-stop center where all your design, needs are met. So you have an easy solution to your project. So you don't have to start looking for suppliers, manufacturers, at different angles. So that's the reason behind the design center. The mission of the center is to help the designer, the builder, the architect to be able to deliver on their projects with ease. Yes, create outstanding design, but with ease. Because so much goes into projects that people don't know. You see a beautiful home, walk into a space, fantastic space, but so much goes in creating ease, helping the designer, the builder, the homeowner, the architect, the engineers, everyone in the building industry, including the project owners, to be able to achieve their dream with ease.
If it is about world-class, bespoke, luxury interior designs, architecture, furniture and finishings, then it must be Eom Design. Eom Designs. Call us now. Tomilola Majekodumi, a relatively young, audacious, visionary entrepreneurship expert and industry captain, is the co-founder and chief executive officer of Bankley Nigeria, operators of Bankley Microfinance Bank Limited.
When we started out in 2019, during those research, the problem statement we're trying to solve was that what was stopping certain people to come into the financial industry, or what was preventing us from getting decent financial inclusion numbers. Now, people always mistake what financial inclusion is, and they just assume it's just about, oh, I should have an account. What would that do for me? But people misunderstand that financial inclusion is directly proportional to poverty alleviation. Like I said, if you have a person, let's say Amina, for instance, and the government wants to help people, 1 million of the likes of Amina, but it's difficult that if they release any kind of funds to alleviate or to say, to support our business, there a lot of times when money cannot be traced, when there's no digital trace for money, you say follow the money, there's enough corruption that can happen. There's possibility that they're just spending money, their intentions does not meet the Aminas of this world. Now, so when we did the research, we then looked and said, what has the industry been so far? We looked and said, over the last 2 decades, the banks have done amazing work, taking us from single-digit financial inclusion to where we are today. And that was when people started opening accounts within the formal system, but the informal system, still source of funds was still in cash. Even for you and I who would have an account, we will still have to go and withdraw money when you get to Mushi market. And so when we then started looking at all of those features, we then went into the market to talk to these people. And one of the things we found was that as much as they didn't have an account, they were still trying to aggregate funds as an account would do for you. And so they go to a thrift collector, an alajo, as they call it in Southwest Nigeria, and they save with this alajo. They might save daily about 1,000 naira every day, which let's say for 30 days is 30,000 naira. But the first day of the saving is for the alajo, and then that means that they collect 29,000 back. Effectively, that's a 3.3% cost on saving money. Within a year, that's about 39%, 40% cost of saving money. But you and I, within the formal system, will actually earn to save money. So that was the first challenge, was that there were barriers to entry. It was too expensive for them to be able to even put money together. And the limitation also at the fact that they collect money daily in cash, they close late, the banks are closed, and all of those challenges. The second thing was the fraud or the security of these funds. There were cases whereby the alajo has run away with their money. So we found all of these challenges, limitation of distance to a bank branch, limitation of cost, and all of these things. So we said, how can we solve this issue in a little way and even test out the hypothesis that we've seen?
Every day, people have dreams, goals, and aspirations. But oftentimes, these dreams never see the light of day. It's not for lack of trial. They do try, but more times than not, it's because they never find the right partner in the journey of actualizing their dreams. Since inception, Bankley has rallied behind everyday people to partner with them in their life's journey. From traders to students to working professionals, Bankley has continued to innovate to provide relatable solutions to make banking easy for everyday people. From the convenience of card withdrawals to seamless transfers and bill payments, we have served over 12 million unique people through agents and merchants who use our POS terminals to accept and process payments. We're excited about our new phase and the opportunities to serve even more people through our group savings feature that makes savings easy, fun, and transparent. Our instant and fail-proof transfers, credits, and many more. We would love to join you on your journey. Bankley, the lifestyle bank for everyday people.
Austin Abolusoro, an experienced banker, ICT expert, and purpose-driven industry captain, is the founder and chief executive officer of P2Vest Technology Limited, a notable payment technology solutions provider in Nigeria.
P2Vest, started just at the time that I left my banking career. I worked in the bank for years, up to 16 years plus. And just about the time of COVID, COVID was going to start, I resigned. I never knew COVID was coming, but I made up my mind that I needed to fulfill my goal. I have, a goal of setting up my own company. I run a technology company because I have technology background, and I wanted to do something that will be unique, that will contribute to the society. So I sent in a resignation letter giving a 6-month notice in 2019 that I was going to leave the bank by March 2020. Suddenly, then COVID lockdown also came. So I was leaving the bank at a time we were also going into lockdown. And as I came out, I started the company. While in lockdown, we put together a team and we started to develop and look at what are the things that we want P2Vest to do. We wanted to bridge financial gaps. We wanted to provide solutions that will help people to address issues around finances. I've spent a lot part of my career in the financial industry, and I have also developed or managed solutions that are used in the banking industry. And then, so naturally, I have a lot of ideas around how we could do something better that can help people. And so we started P2Vest, and the first product we came out with was the product around lending. How do we bridge the lending gap? How do we help people to access credit, easily? Our mission is to provide easy access to finance. All right. We want to be able to help people, to live a better life. We believe that access, is a major component of people fulfilling their goals or living their dreams. And so setting up P2Vest is to say we are coming on a mission that across Africa, not only in Nigeria, we want to be able to provide easy access to financial solutions, or at the end of the day, money. How do you have access to money? All right. And it's not only about borrowing. There are different ways of accessing funds. What we are looking at, or the purpose of setting up P2Vest, is to be a company that will enable people to be able to achieve their financial dreams. That's just, in summary, our objective of setting up the company.
Blessing Anene Chukwu, a trained lawyer, passionate educationist, astute entrepreneur, and industry captain, is the director of school of Glowfield International School, one of the fastest growing privately owned nursery and primary schools in Nigeria, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs to look up to in Nigeria in 2023.
The Glowfield International School started on the 20th of August 2019. That was when we opened our doors, and we started with the summer classes, summer school. Before we started off Glowfield International School, I was a practicing lawyer at the time, and from interactions with several friends, colleagues, you get to see unfulfilled professionals, people who have studied courses
working in places but not fulfilled at all. Mostly because that was not what they wanted to do, or some of them, parental pressure pushed them into taking up such courses, and they're trying to see how they can transition into what they're passionate about. And at the time, most of what they were passionate about were courses that were looked down upon and didn't make sense to anybody. So I saw quite a couple of unfulfilled professionals. And then you see children interacting with children who go to school. You get to find out that there's a missing link. Interacting with children, they get to ask you certain questions that even you as a parent, you do not have answers to. And you're seeing that their minds are rolling, their minds are working faster than yours as an adult. Now, how do you harness that skill in that child? How do you harness that ability in that child that you have seen? And so we decided as a school that we're going to be given to doing that. So the vision of Glowfield International School is that from a very tender age, we are looking to discover and activate the star in every child, establishing communities of creative, joyful learners who are fortified for global relevance. We understand that no child is on earth by accident. Every human being is here for a purpose, and then that purpose has to be fulfilled, which is the reason why that person has to be born in the first place. So we also recognize that the Creator has awarded every winner in the race of life with gifts, abilities, potentials, waiting to be discovered and activated. Now, the discovery and activation of such gifts and potentials is the Glowfield promise to every child and every parent. And now, talking about our mission, how do we intend to do this? We intend to cultivate the capacity and character of our students. These are two key things that stand out for us in achieving the vision that we have set out. Capacity and character. Capacity, what you know, your ability, what knowledge you have been inculcated into you, and character, how you behave, who you are, your mindset, right? So we intend to, in cultivating capacity and character, we are inculcating 21st century skills into our children and preparing them for the world of their time. Yes, please. Nothing has given us so much fulfillment than getting to see the children that we are grooming, and not just the children, the staff, the parents that come in contact with our school. You get to see the points they come in, and then you're able to track progress and see how that person and child has transitioned from that point to a better point or a better level. You get to see that level of improvement, and you get to see that progress. So we're very happy. We've had quite a couple of children, we've had quite a couple of staff who have come into the system, not discovering themselves, not even knowing what they can do. There are some children that never knew that they had the love for music or could play musical instrument with so much mastery. Some children who never knew that they could stand before people to address an audience and basically develop and harness their public speaking skills. So there are so many things, children who never just knew what they could do. And for us to believe that you never can tell or know what a child can do, or a child's drive in life, or the potentials a child has inside, until you expose that child to as many opportunities as possible. And so we have exposed our children to as many opportunities as possible, as many extracurricular activities, as many co-curricular activities as possible, and we get to see the innate abilities in them come out and shine. We get to see them being harnessed and discovered. So we have quite a couple of children that have recorded such progress that we can look back and say these ones have developed from point A to point B, and staff as well. We have members of staff who have come in here and been trained. Some of them have left the system. Some of them have relocated or migrated to another part of the world, and they are pulling their weight. Some of them are heading organizations, heading institutions, and they would say, oh, I look back and remember that I was trained and I was groomed in Glowfield International. So some of them are heading schools today, and we're very proud and happy to be associated with that. The response have been fantastic. The response has been massive. I just believe that when people understand and see the sincerity in what you're doing and understand the purpose for what you're doing, you would definitely have the buy-in. And so we have the buy-in of our parents, we have the trust of our parents, we have parents who started with us from the very beginning and who are still here with us, right? It speaks to the fact that you're doing something right. It speaks to the fact that you're meeting needs. And we have our parents who have also referred quite a couple of parents to the school. In fact, I would say that 90-95% of the growth that Glowfield International School has recorded can be attributed to referrals. Referrals from parents, referrals from people who have had to taste and enjoy our services.
Glowfield International School. Glowfield, call us now. Glowfield International School, groom, grow, and glow.
Means we need to work together. I bring a value, you bring a value. That's what we need to do.
I mentioned some top global manufacturers in the world. You're free to Google them. They are known all over the world for what they do.
We've never seen ourselves as a company that has grown and will stop learning. Not at all.
Are you going to build flats or are you going to build office spaces? So we come in and we advise you on how to make a good ROI on your investment.
Beyond that, we started, diversifying into maintenance and sales.
Well, and this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our other social portals or feedback that you can see on the screen. Sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes. I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll trust you'll join us.